Nice of you to join us, brother.
Do you want to go first on your speech? Huh? You want to go first on your
Everybody, Luke is 22 today.
First or last?
Kenny wins middle.
Okay.
I want a second, yeah.
Then you go first.
Come on, you have to go first. I haven't seen enough of these.
I'm probably just gonna go the longest, so.
Because
Okay,
you
so
got,
go first. Give me
because
some
you
time
got
to
2
think.
years.
Okay,
We
I'll
got
go
longevity
first.
on you.
That's
I'll
what
go
I'm saying.
first,
So
then.
let me see more. I need to see two.
All right, let's go.
before I do that.
Coach said that he's never had a senior in his coaching career that he was ready to want it to go away. Is there the smallest part in any three of you that is ready to stop seeing Roy Williams for
Definitely not me. I really enjoy Carolina, the college life. I mean, it's really cool as a senior to only have 6 hours and just be able to enjoy life and be almost as close to a professional basketball player as I could be. And Cam enjoys that pretty much the whole year. But just for this semester, it's been really cool. And, I mean, Coach Williams has done everything in his power to make me the player I am. And I think I've grown a lot. And I can't thank him for enough for everything he's done for me.
After 2 years, I think usually around year 4 or 5 is when you start to get tired of a coach. So I'm only at 2, so I feel like I could go another couple. But no, honestly, same thing Luke said. I mean, it's been an honor to play here, play under coach, and I've really enjoyed it.
Like Luke said, it's just a great experience to be able to play here. So I'm not ready to stop seeing them, to stop going on that court. I've been thinking about it a lot. Looking forward to senior day, but you don't want it to get here the closer it gets. So I'm definitely not ready for it to stop.
Thought about your senior speech, Kenny. I remember last year you said you were already planning it after Theo's speech.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it all week. I don't want to forget anybody. I want to thank everybody that I can. But like I said, I mean, you look forward to it until it's time to do it. Now I want to slow down a little bit. I don't want to make it because, I won't be able to play on the court anymore. But I have been thinking about it all week.
Again, this is maybe just for the three of you, you hear so much about Carolina, what it's going to be like, and then you come here and you're in the middle of it for the extent of time that you guys have been. Was it what you expected? Was it more different?
It honestly blew away my expectations. You come in and you never know what it's really like until you experience it. You can get people tell you about it and everything, but it definitely blew away my expectations, man. This last 4 years have been second to none. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
I think for me, growing up and having both my parents come here, it was definitely already in my mind that I would like to come here, but I wanted to go through the college experience of being able to choose my own place. And obviously coming to games and watching games growing up, it really helped when Coach came that I already was a huge fan. But I have enjoyed it more than anybody, I think, and I second Kenny with just I wouldn't trade it for anything. And it's really given me a sense of gratitude for the players I've played with and the coaches that I've had a pleasure to be under, and then also the fans and the students that I've came into contact with. It's been very special 4 years for me.
Yeah, this is a special place. Like I said a couple weeks ago, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life to come here and to be a part of this. And I would say it kind of blew away my expectations. A part of me didn't really know what to expect. Changing schools through almost midway through my career, and I didn't know exactly how it would go down and how people would take it, and how my teammates would take it and the coaches would take it. But it's been awesome.
Has it set in yet that Saturday will be your last game in the Smith Center?
I'll take this one first. I think it has for me. I usually go in the nighttime, get up shots, and yesterday night I came in and I kind of just stood, at midcourt as if it were the tip-off, and just kind of looked around and just gave myself a couple of minutes to kind of let it soak in. Then I only have one more left in there, and to kind of prepare myself for that. But a part of me does think, I can handle it, but, come time that game and then after that game, it might be a little different.
Does it help deal with the emotional stuff maybe to push to the side, considering the magnitude of this game, who you're playing, and what's at stake with it based on the result?
I think obviously the game's the most important thing, but I think Coach does a great job of making sure that it's only the most important game because it's the next game, and he continues to tell us that. And I think obviously there's going to be a lot of emotions. And, I talked to my parents today because it is my birthday, but also just because I try to talk to them as much as I can. And, it's just going to be really, really emotional. And my mom asked if she thinks I'm going to be emotional. And I'm a pretty emotional guy, but I think a lot of people say that they're gonna be okay, but I probably will be very emotional, and I think it's something that you have to be, knowing that it's your last time playing in such an iconic place. And like I said, I think I speak for all three of us up here that we want to go out the right way, and I think the only way to do that is taking care of business during the game.
Is Marcus Page's senior speech kind of that's what everybody targets? Get Roy crying too. Can somebody fill me in on that?
Everybody cried.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah, it was a lot of tears with Marcus.
Marcus had a really great speech. Just all I can really say.
I think the goal of my speech is to get everybody, 21,000 crying.
Hey, Luke, Coach was talking about how you weren't really a walk-on, you had other offers.
Mm-hmm.
Can you recap about how you balanced places that were recruiting you hard versus wanting to come to Carolina?
Yeah, I think, I wanted to play in the ACC, and I felt like I was good enough to play at this university, and Coach offered me a preferred walk-on in the fall, and knowing that I had other offers, I felt like I was wanting to play at the next level past college, and feel like this is the best place to improve and get better and play against guys like Bryce and Kennedy and Isaiah and Joel every day. And in the spring, I was able to get a scholarship, and that was really cool for me. And whether I was on scholarship or not, it was because I wanted to get better each day. I wanted to come here and grow as a player and as a person. And I think obviously I made the right decision, but looking back, I still would have done the same thing because of the trust I had in Coach.
So you didn't really struggle with whether you were taking a chance or not. You wanted to come here that badly.
I just had a lot of confidence in myself, and my parents obviously wanted me to go somewhere where I felt like I was comfortable. And obviously academics were huge for me, and Notre Dame and Virginia were both two schools that were really high on my list as well. And then Davidson, just because it was close to my home, and Coach McKillop's an unbelievable coach. But I felt like everything taken into account, I felt like it was the best decision for me.
Have you guys thought about yet what it would be like to beat Duke in your final home game? And if so, how would that feel?
It's already sweet to beat them here, but I think to go out last game in the Smith Center, beating them, I think it would be a little step above that. And I'm sure we win on Saturday. I'm sure the celebration will be big. And honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to control myself for a little bit.
Kenny, how did your first two seasons with the shooting struggles and the injury kind of shape you into the person and the player you are now?
Oh, man. I think that is the reason I am who I am today. I've been those first 2 years were really a struggle. Between not making shots and then turning around and finally starting to get my groove and then not being able to play. I kind of had to lean on something else, and that's where my faith really was grounded, and that's where I found my foundation, my faith, and to this day, that is who I am, and that's where I identify myself. Whatever happens on the court, whether I make 10 threes, whether I make 0, I know God is gonna love me, and I've been able to rest in that. I've been able to find some peace in that, and I don't think I would be at this point without my freshman and sophomore year going the way that they did.
What is it about this UNC bond that's so unshakable from generations past to you guys? The bond you guys have is bigger than, just family. Talk a bit about that and how it's been helping you as far as shaping you as a player and as a person.
I think one thing for me, and it goes behind the scenes, but granted, it's not about me, but I mean, for my birthday to be the day, and for guys like Jawad and Sean, who's part of our staff, and Bryce, who I played with, but former guys to text me on my birthday, it really means a lot for me, and it just shows it's just not all about basketball, and it's about relationships and building camaraderie with people who've stepped in the jersey before you, and I think that's really huge, and that's something that not many places can say happen, and Coach always talks about how so many former players want tickets to our games, and how people call him and talk to him about the games and what we need to do better most of the time. But I think that bond is something that Coach starts, and it just trickles down to everybody else around the program.
What do you guys think the legacy of this class will be?
I think just three guys that came in and, we weren't really talked about a lot. I was thinking about this too. I've never talked to Luke about it, but, we weren't really highly touted. We weren't 5-star, not a lot of media attention about us. And then, you throw Cam in there, and we know that he wasn't really highly recruited out of high school. So, we just came in and we did our work. And I think that's how we became the players that we are today. Every day we came in and we worked on our game. We worked to improve, and I think that attitude and that mood will be our legacy. Is just three guys that just came in and tried to improve every day, and to go from where we were as freshmen to where we are now. I think that's the legacy that we leave, is that we just came in and like I said, just tried to improve every day, and that mindset, taking that and just trying to let it trickle down onto the younger guys.
For each of you guys, is there a specific moment that you think in 20 years you'll look back on, whether it be a practice, a game, a locker room celebration, or just hanging out wherever where you guys live, that 20 years from now you will remember?
I thought it was pretty cool. We have a place right outside our house where we sat and roasted s'mores the other day. And that was pretty cool, because we all have pretty busy schedules and things going on, and for all of us to be sitting there just hanging out was pretty special for me.
As a follow-up to CL's question, in this day of one and dones, I'm not sure that you guys realize that Carolina, this is the 4th straight year that Carolina has had multiple seniors playing on a nationally ranked team that's a contender for the ACC and the national championship, which is kind of unheard of. And what Kenny said about maybe nobody expected this of you guys, do you realize, do you think that, and that people call that kind of the Dean Smith Carolina way, are you aware of that, and is that part of you trying to live up to that legacy as well as the last 3 senior classes did?
I think going back to that question, I wanted to talk on that question as well, but just from my personal opinion, I think it's the best senior shooting class. For all of us to have, granted, Kenny and I haven't shot it great from 3 this year, but Cam's holding that down for us. But for all of us to have shot over 40% from three in our career, I think that's pretty strong. And just from a legacy standpoint, I think we always joke about us being the best senior shooting class in the history, and I would take us over anybody.
For sure.
But,
For sure.
Going on your question, I think, I think Kenny and I knew coming in that we weren't going to have a great opportunity from the start, but I think we kind of built our way up and earned our minutes. I think that's something that sometimes some places in college don't really have that opportunity because they have freshmen who are very talented and are able to play early, but I think I valued coming in and learning the system and kind of growing. And then once Cam got here, Cam had been a proven player in the ACC for a couple of years, and we knew he'd come in and we knew how to work and he knew how to pick up systems. And I think that's really shown through his progression and his play this year. And I think it's really been cool to see all of us really come together and bond on the court throughout this year.
One or two more, they got to get to the weight room. For Kenny and Luke, y'all came in together, obviously been here 4 years together, you've lived together. Can y'all speak to your relationship with each other and how that's helped? And you look each other in the eyes if you want to.
I'm not going to look him in the eye, but, it's actually funny. We talked about it before, how, we first got here, me, Luke, and Justin. We would all go to the dorm and close our doors. We wouldn't talk. Luke could tell you, he called his family and said, "I don't know if this is it," just because we didn't really talk. But 4 years, man. Luke is definitely one of my best friends. I don't think there's anyone person that I would trade this 4 years to be with. He's just such a great person, and he's helped me grow. Going back to my faith, he was a big part of that. The first 2 years, we were going through pretty much the same thing, and when I went down my sophomore year, he was there to support me. He came to the hospital after my surgery. And then to see him go and make that shot, that was probably one of the top 5 moments since I've been here. To see him make that shot, and then just being on the court with him and playing with him. You guys know he's a great player, but he's definitely a better person, and I wouldn't trade his friendship or this 4 years with him for anything in the world.
I would second that. I think not many people understand the person that Kenny has become from what he started as. And like he said, I think Justin is pretty quiet, and Kenny was very quiet. And I try to be a little bit more outgoing and try to get to know people. And, just seconding how I was just kind of questioning if I would make any friends my freshman year. But I think knowing how it went, I wouldn't change it, like he said. And seeing what he went through and seeing him embrace me after the season I ended with my sophomore year, knowing that he would have done anything to be on the court with us, is something that not many people see and not many people recognize. And I can't thank him enough for the support he's given me and for how nice he's been to my family. And his family's been like second family to me, and I just am really thankful to have him in my life and for a friendship for the future. And I don't want to leave Cam out, but I think Justin kind of kept us together because he was able to relate to both of us. And I think with Cam coming in, we were a little wondering, because everybody was comparing him to Justin and kind of replacing Justin. And granted, Justin's a great guy, but I think Cam has done more than compare. I think he's really brought us closer as a group. And I think, and I would tell this to Justin, but I think this year living together in the house has been the best living situation in my opinion. And I think it's been really cool to see how we've grown individually and as a group. And I think that's something that I can say for the rest of my life.
Andrew
Jones, last one.
Cam, do you remember maybe the moment or the time frame when these two guys, who you would be in their class, when you realized that they had fully embraced you, not just being a basketball member of the team, but one of the guys, which I would imagine would have made your assimilation process a lot easier?
I think it was pretty early on. I know Kenny was one of the first people to reach out to me, and I met Luke pretty early on my visit. And then for them immediately to kind of just take me in as a third roommate, going into that, my first season here, meant a lot to me, just because, when you have kind of a comfortable living situation that you've been in for a couple years, to add somebody new is always, you never know what you're going to get. So for them to just kind of so easily kind of just allow me to kind of join in with them and join in with their class and, their living situation and everything like that, that was a moment where I was like, these are some special guys, and it really did mean a lot to me.